everybody, how are you all doing today? This is Lorraine, your host and your reader from the Sacred Alchemist 1111. Guys, I hope that you are all taking very good care of yourselves and taking very good care of each other, being very mindful at this precarious time in our lives. So this is going to be a reading that I was going to put on my Instagram. It was going to be a quick mini reading that I normally put on there. You can always follow me there and you know, see the posts that I do. But as this kind of unfolded, this reading kind of unfolded, I said, well, it's going to be longer than what I normally put it for. And I feel that this is going to be a reading that I'm going to put on my YouTube channel. And because I do feel that this is widespread, this is for everybody involved. Light workers, soul workers, twin flames, divine feminines, who's on their soul journey, soul mission. Light workers who are doing readings like this. People who are woke. People who are still under, you know, this false pretense, but they are starting to ask a little bit too much questions because they're sensing things that are not as they appear to be. It's for everybody, okay? Nobody is exempt here. So I've got a new deck. I've got the Archangel Michael deck, and I opened it for the first time today because I felt that this reading needs protection. Okay. In particular, this reading definitely is resonating with me with regards to those who are suffering mentally, emotionally. Okay. So for those who are going through their dark night of the soul, for divine masculines out there, and for anybody who isn't on any kind of, you know, spiritual, soulful journey, whatever, but they are going through anxieties. I was picking up a lot on their energies. Okay, just bear with me 1 second, guys. I've just got my phone on. I just want to put it on. Sorry, guys, hold on. I just got my phones on and I just want to put them on flight mode. So I don't want to be disturbed. This reading is quite tense. I've laid the cards out a couple of hours ago and I haven't touched them because I just needed to prepare and get ready and do this reading. So I just want you to take a moment to kind of like just stay in the moment, stay in the present. Keep yourself very much aligned with light. There is no right or wrong ways about this. Nobody is better than the other person here. We're all the same right now, and we have been stripped of everything that we ever knew, grew to know, loved, adored, worshipped. Everything has been stripped down bare, and all we have left is ourselves. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're rich and famous, powerful as a politician, it doesn't matter. Because you are now in the same situation as the rest of us. We are all part of the collective, and this is a real stark way of actually shoving the truth in our faces and saying, you know what, you're not immune to nothing, okay? Especially death. So let's start this reading. So the first card that I'm going to deal with, because I was drawn to pull on the Dark Mirror Oracle cards. Now this Dark Mirror Oracle cards is when you're doing shadow work. So for readers, and they're doing this kind of energy reading for a querent who, a client reader, you know, who's going through a really tough time, this will be the deck that they will kind of choose. All right. Many readers out there have many different decks that do different things, different energies, different purposes, different messages that's coming through. But I felt drawn for myself to pull for this Dark Mirror card. For the past few days and weeks, I have been getting a lot of downloads with regards to the way how things have been panning out, and I know that this level of panic is going to be around us for quite a while. All right, so we need to just kind of, you know, no panicking, but really start to stay focused now on what we need to do. So anyway, this card, I'm shuffling, and I knew this was going to be a reading that was not going to be it's not going to be a good one, but however, it's going to be one that we can transmute. Now, I got this card, and it says, fated to suffer. It's 25, card 25. So this is to do with spirituality, and basically where it's, I mean, it says it, you know, very clearly here. All right, fated to suffer. And the way how this was read to me was that somebody is close to the edge of not really being able to kind of hold things together for much longer, okay? And they feel very tempted to do something that, you know, something, it doesn't have to be that way. It really, really doesn't. So I started to get this vibe, and I said, you know something, this is where I need to call on Archangel Michael. And I got my decks out. I'm so thankful I got my Archangel Michael Oracle cards. But I've pulled 4 cards, which is going to be the overall energy for this reading. So we're going to get stuck into this. So the fated to suffer card is about a realization. Epiphanies dropping down on you like nuke bombs. Okay? I was more drawn to those who are in a time of solitude, isolation. You know, it was more to do with those kind of people, because it's like you are being forced to stop and take this time to start and reflecting on what it is that you are doing with yourself, with your life, and how you are treating each other. Okay? It just rang home. This also rang home to me, to somebody who was in a situation that they were in for years. This person, or these people, because this is it's a collective of wounded souls, and they have been battling day in, day out with their depression, their anxiety, their low self-esteem. They feel worthless and hopeless. What is the point in me trying to stay positive? And at the end of the day, I'm gonna suffer. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna get this virus, and I'm gonna be left alone to die. I'm not ready to die. I don't want to die, but I just don't want to go out. I can't go out. Who's going to listen to me? I don't care who listens to me anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. You know, all of these thoughts will just constantly bombarding me. This person feels so alone and lost and downtrodden. This is not a laughing matter, okay? This is, I know that we have people around us who we do not talk to anymore. We have discrepancies with them. We have issues with them. We are going through cases where we are taking them to court, or we've called the police on them, or we have grudges to the point of where we want to actually go and do them physical harm. But you have to stop and think. Is it really worth it? Because this is, to me, all right, this does feel like this is the end of the world as we know it to be. Because this is a massive wake-up call that needs to happen right now. This is not something that is going to go away, and it cannot continue any longer. Everything has its reason for being here, and everything has its season for being here. And then when the time is ready for things to start wrapping up, it's time to go. And you're going to get that wake-up call. You're going to get that message that it's time to go. It's over. So I do see that this is the situation. Okay? Now, this person is in this real head case like space where nobody can't seem to get into them. They have tried everything. They are on certain medications right now, but you see, eventually the drugs will stop working, especially when we're seeing what we're seeing right now in the world, with this isolation. Okay, we need to really take a moment to kind of think about that, those kind of vulnerable people that it's not just about the aged or the elderly. This is about anybody who's also suffering under mental health issues. Okay, what's going to happen with them? If they feel, I want to go out, I'm going to go out, nothing's going to stop me from going out, I want to go out, and it's on a lockdown and cities on a lockdown, how do you deal with that? Because they don't have the brain capacity, mental capacity to understand that if they go out, they're going to be in danger. So there are going to be people that will be fated to suffer in that aspect. So I said this isn't a laughing matter. This is really kind of looking at things in a serious matter. I'm always about positivity, okay? But I will get to that bit in a minute because we need to deal with this reading. So, fated to suffer. This person is now left at home with their demons, okay? Left alone. They can't go anywhere. Going outside for them would have been their safe space, would have been their safe place as well. Being around people, feeding off of their energies, helping to suppress what they have been fighting against, trying to face, but now they have to face it. And this is becoming extremely overwhelming for them. So that's the energy in that I got from the fated to suffer card. So automatically I said this person is prayer, this person is healing, this person or these people, they need assistance, they need help, they need reassurance, okay? You need to start being kind, guys. This is all of this selfishness and all of this disparaging people and trolling and this and that other. Where is it going anywhere? It has to end at some point, okay? Because when people are suffering mentally, emotionally and physically, I don't think this is a laughing matter. Because now it's widespread, right? So pulling on now for the tarot. I pulled 4 cards from the Rider deck. There's another 4 cards that I've pulled, which is the clarifiers. So the first card I got was the Judgment card. This card was actually at the top of the deck that I was about to shuffle. I saw it and it was like I was going to put it back in, but I was compelled to take it out because this is part of the, when I say part of the problem, this is part of the situation that this person feels afraid. They feel afraid to pray. They feel afraid to be positive. There's no longer, you know, I've tried long and hard enough. I feel it's my time coming on. For some of those, they are at that stage of where they have been affected. They've got it. They've contracted it. And it is a place in their mind where they feel that they are being judged. They're getting their judgment. This is karma. They're getting their karma. So this mental torture against with their physical illness is, I mean, this is where they need some serious healing going on here. Spiritual healing, spiritual energies, you know, assistance being given to them. Okay? They feel about all the things that they've done in the past, what's going on, why they're feeling like this. And they just feel to themselves that this is it. The second card I got was the Strength card. Major Arcana, the Strength card. So I do feel right now for them, there is also the feeling of the epiphanies. Okay? Now, I know it seems like quite stark and it's like, oh my God, you've got the Judgment card. Okay? But what's going on here is that this is about what they need to do. They need to have the strength. Okay? Because this is about where it's going to start to get a little bit more on the positive side. Lightening things up. Because there is hope. There's always hope. So long as you're alive, you're not dead. So long as you're alive, you can still do. There is still time. There will always be time to make these changes. It's never too late. You can still do this. The next card I got was the Eight of Pentacles. So this to me said, there's still time. You can work at changing your life for the better. Who says that you have to stay in this mess? Who's to say that you have to be there forever in this dark place that you don't want to be in? You start working on yourself today, you can make the changes. The next card I got was the Knight of Wands. So this is to do with obviously like rushing energy, but this is about action being taken. No, this isn't about player energy right now. We haven't got time for that. This card is about an influx of renewed energies that's coming in. Time to take action, swift action. The moment you start to work on yourself, and the moment that you start to overcome all of these anxieties and these fears of being, I'm gonna go to hell, I'm gonna, even though I don't believe in God, but I still feel that I'm gonna go to somewhere that I don't really want to be in. Okay, but this is where this energy of change can come in, because you can still make a change for yourself, change things up. Now with the clarifiers, for the Judgment card, I got Major Arcana, the Death card. Major Arcana, the Death card. Transformation. This is, things are ending the way how we know them to be, because it needs to happen. As I said, we've gone through certain things that it's been so long, and there is the death. Physical death, yes. I'm going to have to be very realistically honest here. Okay? This changes everything and everybody. For those who are not affected by this virus, this is about the transformation that you're starting to have within yourself. This is about the reflection that you have, how you treated people, what you said, what you done. People that you should have reached out to and apologized. You can still have that chance to do. You're never going to be the same person again. We are never going to forget about this situation again. Never. Okay? What is going on here is here to stay. This is the beginning of the new beginning. Okay? When they're talking about new world order and all this, there is a new world. But it's not the new world order that we're thinking it's going to be. If we don't take a stand as individuals in order to change our minds, we will never be able to change the collective. And we will end up going down a route of darkness and a place of fear. It's down to you. Okay? The next card I got for the Strength card was Major Arcana, the Hanged Man. So do you remember what I said with regards to having to stay put? This is about a time of confinement. This is about a time of real consolation within the self. Time to start to think. This is what this solitude is about, and then you're going to get enlightenment. You're going to start to realize and understand the way that how you were doing things was just in the wrong place. I always say that this here, I've got my laptop down here, so if you notice that I'm going to be looking there, just want to make sure I'm showing you the picture of the card. This is the enlightenment. This tree here reminds me of the letter T. Time. You're taking time out. This is the universe as well saying, I'm going to slow you down. You ain't got no choice. You're going to have to stay put, because you weren't seeing the signs. You wasn't seeing the signs and synchronicities. So therefore, you're going to need to stay somewhere that you're going to start to think about yourself. This is going to give those people a sense of looking at things from a higher soulful perspective. The Eight of Pentacles was clarified with the King of Wands. This is the card that takes action. This is the card that deals with being conscientious, doing the right thing. The right thing here is to make sure that you're putting in the work. The Knight of Wands was clarified with the Three of Pentacles. Guys, we're in this together. Mind, body and soul. The three pentacles, the Holy Trinity, the Sacred Trinity. Mind, body and soul. We have to work together. We have to work together. It doesn't matter about what kind of social status you have. It doesn't matter about how pretty you are. It doesn't really matter about how famous you are. It doesn't matter about how much of a fantastic and powerful politician you are. Because this virus has just literally just gone through everybody like, a category 5 hurricane. And it is literally just blowing people over, blowing people's minds over, because they just cannot believe what's going on here. Now, at the bottom of the deck with the top cards, I got the 4 of Wands, but I also pulled back to get the Ace of Swords. Okay, and right now what I can see, we've got the King of Wands again. This is about taking the time to really face the truth and deal with it head on. The 4 of Wands is about the stability that we need to have within ourselves. Okay, this is about, we talk about the twin flame energy, but this is not this right now. Okay, this is to do with everybody as a whole. We need to have security within ourselves. We need to have that reassurance within ourselves. We need to make sure that our foundation is firm, okay, and not weak. And the Ace of Swords was about, obviously, the stark truth. You can't hide from the truth. You can't run from the truth, especially when you are pinned up against the wall. You're not going anywhere, guys. You're not going anywhere at all. The bottom of the deck for what I used for the clarifiers, I got the Knight of Cups and I got the Justice card. Major Arcana, the Justice card. The 2 of Wands is here. This is about the decision that you need to start making. Okay? This is all to do with following deliberation and so forth. This is about and again, you've got the World right there. Okay? Making that decision. Not falling into temptation. Knowing that temptation isn't really going to be going anywhere. Now, with regards to the Knight of Cups with the Justice card, this is about people who are going to want to start to reach out and apologize. I was sensing a lot of people that would have wanted to start doing confessions. Confessing. Because I do feel that it's the right thing to do. It's more than likely, it's the ones that I was reaching out energetically was the ones who are, during that time of when they're about to transition. But I just, I'm also picking up on the fact that there are people who have really thought about where they went wrong. And this is a very poignant time when it's no longer having any fear of holding back and reaching out. You can reach out. You have the right to make amends before it's too late. Okay? So let's then throw ourselves forward now and focus on the Archangel Michael cards that I got, which is going to be sort of like the overall energy for this reading. So the first card I got was this one that says, ask Archangel Michael to help you with this situation. Now, guys, if you don't believe in any thing that is religious or whatever, this is not for you. You don't have to listen to this bit, okay? But however, I would strongly advise you to, because you're going to get to find out a few things along the way when things are going to start to appear right before your eyes. You will see. All right? The prayer is, Archangel Michael, thank you for assisting me with, you can describe the situation, so I've put in with regards to this coronavirus pandemic. Please help me be filled with faith and peace at all times. That's what I got for this one. All right? You can see there. And then the next card I got, the message was from Archangel Michael, was to say that it's time to leave this unhealthy situation. And my prayer is, Archangel Michael, what parts of my life do I need to focus on more closely right now? Thank you for helping me to hear your thank you for helping me hear your answers, and for giving me the courage to make healthy changes in my life. Okay, so you can start to see a pattern of the way how the cards are starting to correspond with each other. The next card I got from Archangel Michael was, you created this situation and you have the power to change it. And my prayer is, thank you for letting me lean on your strength and for reminding me of my personal power. Please guide me to manifest and heal according to divine will, creating peace and blessings for everyone involved. See how these cards are playing out? I'll show you that one as well. So it says that you created the situation and you have the power to change it. The next card, the last card I got was, shield yourself. My prayer is this: Archangel Michael, I ask you to protect me, my loved ones, my vehicle and my home with your powerful shield. Surround us in your purple light, which allows only pure love to penetrate. Please stay with me day and night and keep my loved ones safe. And then, you know, at this point you can just talk about naming people specifically or about the situation. So obviously it would have taken me a very, very long time to mention names. So I just put it for the collective, the global collective, and with regards to this coronavirus situation. And obviously asking for prayer and protection from this situation. Now, the next two cards I got from the angel answers I got was this: it's up to you. It's up to you. And then the next card I got was trust. Okay? Trust. So what this was basically saying to me was that, as I said, this isn't about a time of being in despair or panicking or thinking that you're never going to get the chance to change. You're never going to get the chance to put things right. You can do this still. So there's no need to feel that you are going to suffer, because this isn't a time for suffering. This is about a time for reflection. This is a time for when we need to take action towards making positive changes. And this has nothing to do with separating ourselves from a religion, because this person believes in being a Catholic, and then this person believes in being a Christian, and then the other person believes in being a Muslim, and then the other person believes in that, you know, well, we have to do the Buddhists, you know, way and stuff like that. This is what has always been keeping us divided. However we get to being in this kind of positive light and faith, however we get there, we're going to get there, but we have to work together. It's no longer about separating ourselves from our religion. The religion is supposed to be about love, isn't it? And having faith. Two things. If you believe, and you've got love, and you've got faith. Okay, there's three things. Okay? That is something that I feel that we can be connected to in order to work together. Okay? No more judging because somebody wears a veil, the other person is a nun, the other person is a Buddhist. Okay? We have to stop all of that, because we're continuously going down that path of keeping ourselves separate. This coronavirus has shown me that it doesn't really matter about who you are or what you believe in or what your faith is. It doesn't matter. When it's coming for you, it's coming for you. It reminds me of like the angel of death. And the time of when you need to kind of like start to really focus in on what it is that you're doing with your life right now, where you are heading towards. And from now on, what are you going to start to do? Because we have to change. You've got the protection and the reassurance from Archangel Michael that you're going to get help and assistance from the other side to deal with this situation, because I do feel that this is like testing times. Let's see how good you are with challenges. Let's see how good you are with trying to make a change. Are you going to continue down the route that you was going down towards by being racist and horrible and nasty towards people? Or are you going to start to change because you've realized that, you know something, this global pandemic has opened up my eyes and my mind to saying, you know something, we are all in this together. When you need help and somebody comes and helps you, you could be literally on the floor and they come and help you. Are you focusing on the person's colour, or are you focusing on the fact that you got assistance? What is more important to you? Okay? These are things that we need to really start to take real, take things now at a different level. I would rather somebody who is professionally, medically qualified to come and help me, to heal me, to make me feel better, rather than me focusing on the colour of the person's skin or their ethnicity, to say, well, because he's an Indian doctor, I don't really want an Indian doctor. Don't take me to a black doctor. I want a white one. A doctor is a doctor. A healer is a healer. A person is a person. They're human. Okay? Strip all that shit down. Sorry for swearing, guys. I'm trying my hardest not to be swearing. I don't feel it's necessary. Okay? It's unhealthy. And that's my opinion. I would rather focus and be happy at the fact that somebody is battling and risking their lives to save my life. That is the most admirable and honourable thing one human being can do to another. Because this is part of the collective in order to obtain life experience. We're all going to eventually pass on. It's inevitable. But what this showed us is that the way how it can be taken just like that, you will never probably get to see August. I mentioned August because August the 2nd is International Forgiveness Day. International Forgiveness Day. August the 2nd. And I actually got that website. I was at the moment I'm recording, the TV's on in my sitting room, and there's a station that talks about they've got I'll get the words out. They've got a mass going on, and the priest actually mentioned about International Forgiveness Day, and I immediately was drawn to the website, which I actually shared on my Facebook page. And I just would like to actually mention this here as well. So there is always time still left to make that change. Regardless as to whether or not you want to reach out and ask for forgiveness, it's down to you. Even though we have free will, the archangels and angels would love it if you was to choose the right way. Even though they say there is no right and wrong way, choose the light and not the darkness. They would really love it if you was to, okay, and not the other side. I do feel that we are going to have a lot of things that are going to be happening over the next few weeks, days, months. And it's going to really test our ability to reassure ourselves and each other that we can change and that we're in this together, okay? And I do feel that this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. Because if we continue to go down the road that we're going down, we will self-destruct ourselves way before our actual time. And all of the hard work that we have been doing would have unraveled and just gone, would have been for nothing. But if we stand together, which, and I feel that this reading was definitely just saying, like, instead of suffering reach out and band together so that we can sort of start to build the new world. Yeah, there is going to be a new world. But it's not going to be no new world order. Because we choose, if you're part of the collective and if you're part of positive change, we choose to make sure that we are going to be living in a different existence. Where there's no more division. There's no more black, there's no more versus white, there's no more versus rich, there's no more versus poor. But really starting to come together, because as easy as you got to where you are, as quick as it can leave you. And you won't have no choice. All the money in the world will never be able to save you, because it's just an object to be used to fulfill your luxurious desires. But is it really going to be able to help you, to save you? Or is that going to be at the hands of another human being? So guys, this is what I've got for you. It's quite, I mean, the readings are going to be very, very, you know, all of the readers. You're going to see some readings that, you know, are going to be quite on the spiritual and powerful side. Very much triggering, okay? This is to be expected. There's no getting away from this, okay? But what we just need to say is keep yourself positive. Don't panic. You're going to get through this, because eventually this situation will come to an end as well. But how it's going to leave you when that time comes, it's up to you. It's down to you. Okay? So more than likely I'm going to be compelled to do another reading, because at the moment there's loads of downloads that's coming down, and it's just trying to find, you know, not so much the time, but it's to get prepared for this. Okay? If you keep yourself positive, you keep the vibrations high, this is going to be, I would not say a cinch, I will not say it's a breeze, because that's disparaging a very, very serious situation. But it's going to be at a time of when we can learn from this great teacher of ours. This coronavirus is a teacher. You need to learn from this. And I feel that those who class themselves as light workers, spiritual healers, this is about cleansing and really staying focused in the energies that we are attracting, keeping the vibrations high. This is also a time when this is about soulful healing, soul mission. Soul mission is really seeming to come into effect right now. For those of you who do tarot and you do your readers, do readings for your readers, this is also a time of about reassuring them, okay? Don't know when you're going to get it, but if you do, this is about focusing on being positive, okay? Because the worst thing I would hate to say is that, oh, well, I know you're going to definitely get it. That's not really being positive. There's going to be changes to the way how we conduct things. It's just really kind of making people kind of take a step back and reflect. And for those who are not affected physically, you know, obviously you might know somebody who is, but if you yourself, within yourself, is not affected and you're healthy and what have you, you need to give thanks like there's no tomorrow, and be grateful, blessed and humble. Always pray for health, because you will never know when you might get struck down too. All right, this is what I've got for you for this moment, guys. I'm going to still continue doing the other readings. I've been just, as I said, I've been sort of playing catch up, but I just feel this reading needs to get in. I'm still doing my you versus them. I'll be doing the other readings for the bite-sized tarot as well. But right now, this has taken up quite a lot of my time, but this needed to be done. Okay, guys, I would love you and leave you, and I just really hope that you guys align yourselves with the light. You keep yourselves in a very, very good place. Forget about any animosities that you've got with people right now. Okay? because if you're going to be panicking more, if you're going to be feeling very angry and vexed, you're going to decrease your chances, okay, of, you know, of change. Now I'm just going to pull another card. I'm told to pull one more card for you guys, because obviously you didn't see me do this this spread, so I just want to leave you guys with another message. And guys, ego, no less than the ego. Put it to one side. Leave it. Okay? This is not a time for egotism at all. Energy healing work. And it says, my prayer, thank you for sending healing energy to me and through me, for my own blessings and for all of those around me. Thank you for connecting me to loving and high integrity healers and teachers of energy healing modalities. So I do feel that this is definitely for, as I mentioned, with regards to the readers, the light workers as well. You guys are going to definitely see a lot of change, and I'm certain with regards to your energy levels as well. Definitely keep on protecting yourselves energetically, but I just feel that you're going to start to becoming more compelled to be. Now is the time to start to speak up and reach out as well. I'm going to give you one more card from here. Be gentle with yourself. So Archangel Michael, please guide me in treating myself with gentle, nurturing love in everything I think, speak and do. Help me to know that I deserve this compassion. I release any feelings of guilt to you so that I may experience lasting inner peace. And I feel that this is lovely because this really does sit with this. Okay? There's no more being fated to suffer. You need to be gentle with yourself. You need to be able to start to feel that you still have the power to change. Remember what I said about there's still time. All right? There is still time. So for those that feel that they're on their own and that there's nobody that will, you know, that they're going to suffer. No. Thank you guys for listening to this reading. It's a special reading. As I said, I'll be back with another readings like this, but it will be mainly for the light workers. I feel it's more for the light workers, and messages that I'll be picking up from there, because there's so much stuff that is just, I'm telling you honestly, and I'm just trying to pace myself in the process. Guys, this is your host and your reader Lorraine from the Sacred Alchemist 1111. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. Please do also follow me at my Instagram as well, and please do take care of yourselves as well. Keep your hands washed. Just do what they say and you'll be all right, you know. Text message will be great. Sending messages to those loved ones as well, maybe at home by themselves, if they've got access to the internet, you know, or if they've got a phone, just pick up the phone and give them a call. All right, don't risk trying to see them in person, and then it, you know, it's just making things a lot worse. All right, thank you guys, and take care of yourselves. Bye.